What is up, you guys? Welcome to our video. This is our first video in our Basketrio series, and today we're going to talk about the point guard player contracts that you guys will be able to get in game. So let's get right to it. Before we start, from our first character, I'll be leaving timestamps in our description below, so you guys could skip to whichever character that you want to go and check. And let's go. So first we have Nana. She's the basic point guard that you get at the start of the game. She's worth 500 coins and has a passive pass plus 5. She has a rating of 50 and she has no unique passives. So let's go check her evolve. You guys could just pause the video right now. I'll leave it out for 5 seconds so you guys can check. Let's move on to the next one. Next we have Rick. He's a rated 150 point guard, has a passive of pass speed plus 3.5%, can be bought for 9,000 coins or 160 contract shards. You could get contract shards using challenge quests or point match. Just need to play and finish your quest and point match to get the rewards. Again, I'll be leaving us evolved stats for 5 seconds so you guys can see. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Sugar is a rated 150 point guard again. She's basically the female version of Rick, if that's what you could call it. She's a female point guard with a passive of pass speed plus 3.5%. Again, worth 9,000 points or 160 contract shards. I'll leave her evolve in the screen for 5 seconds so you guys can check. Let's move on to the next one. Next we have Eric. He's our first of the he's another point guard at 150 rating, has a pass speed of plus 3.5%, and he's worth 9,000 coins or 160 contract shards. Again, I'll be leaving his evolve stats on the screen for 5 seconds so you guys can check. You could hit that pause button so you guys could look at it longer if you need time. Let's move on. Next we have our first 300 rated point guard, which is Arthur. Arthur has passive of pass speed plus 8.5% and a talent of slight increase in interception or steal rate against players with special status. So that's double dribble, fake shot, holding the ball, etc. Etc is some status that I know of is the animation after you dive for the ball. If you do a rolling dive, it's the kneeling part. Whenever you do a dive, it's the whole time that you're trying to get up. That's considered a special status. That animation that you do before your fadeaway, and that animation that small forwards and shooting guards do that are using drifting jumpers, that's also considered a special status. So yeah, now he's worth 300 diamonds or 400 contract shards. So for free-to-play players, you could use contract shards to grind for Arthur if you want. And sometimes I think he's in the wish list, so you could try to get him off of that. So let's check his evolve stats so you guys could check. Again, I'll leave this out for 5 seconds so you guys could just check it during this time, or just pause the video so you guys can see. And let's get right to it. Next up, we have is Heiji. Again, he has passive of pass speed plus 8.5%, a talent of a slight increase in layup or dunk range and contact for 3.5 seconds after using dash during offensive round. So Heiji is more of an offensive point guard that has a boost in his layup or dunk range as well as contact for 3.5 seconds. So this is all during the offensive round. So you don't get this buff during defensive rounds. So keep that in mind. For Heiji, you need to buy him using diamonds with 300 diamonds or contract shards of 400 contract shards. Again, I'll leave this evolve stats on the screen so you guys can see. And we'll move on to the next one after that. Okay, let's move on to Jessica. Jessica has a passive of pass speed plus 8.5%. Talent of Red Lip, which is to staying in opponent's interruption zone for 1 second to slightly increase interception or steal rate for 5 seconds. So you just need to stay in front of your opponent so that you get the buff in your interception and steal rate for 5 seconds. This stacks every after 5 seconds. So if after 5 seconds you stay in front of your opponent, you get that buff. So again, it's worth 300 diamonds, 400 contract shards. We'll leave her evolve stats in the screen for 5 seconds so you guys can check. And let's move on to the next one. Next we have in our list is Sophia. She's our first 400 rated character. She has a passive pass speed plus 13.5%. And a talent of Cutie. Slightly increase in interception or steal rate against players with special status. Again, it's more of the same talent that we saw earlier, just different name, but has the same effect. So you could get Sophia for 700 diamonds or 900 contract shards. Again, let's leave her evolve stats on the screen so you guys can see. Also, she's the first character that we have in the 400 rating. So you'll be able to, from here on out, you'll be able to see Superstar and Legend have 3 stats each. Let's move on. Victor. Victor's point guard position has a passive of pass speed plus 13.5 and a talent of Resonance 3. Stay in opponent's interruption zone for 1 second to slightly increase interception or steal rate for 5 seconds. You get Victor for 700 diamonds or 900 contract shards. Again, let's check his evolve so you guys can see the stats that you'll be getting when you evolve him. Let's move on. Lora is a new character, so she's in limited time contract, so she'll be gone after 5 days upon the making of this video. You would only be able to get her through the roulette at the moment. And so yeah, she has a passive of pass speed plus 15%, talent of charm, slightly increases interception and steal rate against players with special status. Again, it's the same one as the ones earlier, just have a different name. So let's check her evolve stats. So as you can see, Superstar and Legend has 3 evolve stats, so only increase since it's a legend. Okay, let's move on. So next we have is Frank. Frank has a passive of pass speed plus 15%, talent of magic, fairly increased layup or dunk range, and contact for 3.5 seconds after using a dash. Frank is a legendary contract, so you'd only be able to get him if you get this legendary contract coin through the player draw. Or you could get him with contract shards, which is quite a lot, at 700. So yeah, let's check his evolve stats. Let's move on to our last point guard character, which is Lumi. Lumi at point guard position has a passive pass speed plus 15%. Talent of Lumi 3, stay in opponent's interruption zone for 1 second to slightly increase interception or steal rate for 5 seconds. So that's the bonus that you get. It would appear at the upper left part of your screen whenever you're in game, so keep that in mind. So again, Lumi is a legendary contract, so you could only get her using legendary contract coins or a hefty amount of contract shards at 4700, just like Frank. So let's check her evolve so that you guys can see what her evolve stats would look like upon completion of Legend Evolve. So that's going to be it for our point guard character breakdown. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you guys get notified whenever I go live or whenever I upload a new video. And again, we're trying to hit that 100 follower milestone since we're just starting out. And make sure you comment down below which position you guys want to check out next so that I would know which position I'll be doing for my next video. Until then, I'll see you guys. Peace out. Mamba out.